Yeah.
Chaos these nuts.
Chaos these nuts. Bow, bow, bucka-dow, bow. This is movie night with the boys. Hey Zach, I know it's only Tuesday, but I feel like we need to discuss something. I'm feeling kind of strange.
Are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit of madness.
Yeah, it's like a strange madness.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a different universe.
Like a multiverse?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe it's because we saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we should talk about it. And I feel like we should talk about it in a way that only we really can with as much comfort as we can. And that's by spoiling it for absolutely everybody that listens.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a full spoiler review in a sense, right? We're not gonna really go too much over the plot and everything else, but gonna be dropping a lot of spoilers. So yeah. So this is your verbal warning.
Yeah. And trust me, this movie had some big spoilerable things. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to know what happens, turn this off. If you haven't seen it and you're dying to know what happens, you're about to get thrilled or maybe upset. So you got like 3 seconds from now to get off this thing.
And that's it.
And that's it. You're still here,
Prepare
which
to be
means you want to
spoiled.
know. You want to know what in the multiverse. You want to know what happened with that floating yellow chair. You want to know what happened with that old man in the bald head who said we should tell him the truth. So we're going to tell you, but we're going to get there first through a little
You're
process.
just gonna make three straight up references to Charles Xavier just like that?
Well, they were all trailer references. I still didn't go into everything else for a reason.
No, 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 no. That's fine.
I made sure that they were all stuff that you saw in the trailer.
I
um,
guess.
it,
I don't.
it was.
They showed it in the trailer. I honestly, you know me. I don't watch
Yeah,
the
I know. Yeah,
trailers.
the first trailer well, the second trailer for the movie showed the back of his head, and he said we should tell him the truth. And then in probably the last teaser or TV spot, they showed him in the yellow chair, but not his whole body, just his yellow chair and his arm.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
was obvious.
Yeah. Well, when you put it like that, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do we're gonna do a little bit of break from format on our usual things. We're not gonna do our breakdown of the movie because we don't want to go heavy into 2 hours of multiversal travel and trying to figure it out. We didn't write down notes because we saw this in theaters because we're grown ups. Um, so we're just gonna give our quick thoughts and then we're gonna talk about a few things and then we're gonna sign off. This is gonna be long. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be thought provoking and it's gonna have a lot of Zach's anger.
A little bit. Not too much.
Let's hope. So how about your overall thoughts, Zach? What'd you think?
Um. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, like they left so many holes that just were not answered. Like I have so many questions and I don't know if I'm ever going to get those answers. Um but yeah, I mean the um like the cameos, they were all right, but like there was definitely a bigger meaning behind them. So,
Oh, for sure, for sure.
yeah, but it's not what everybody is thinking. So, again, this is my speculation, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Who knows? I mean, we to the benefit of something, I guess, we got a casting that hopefully is a further and future um what's the word I'm looking for? Confirmation that that person is playing that character.
Yes, but I think it's the opposite of that.
You think it's going to be that was just like a
That is
fan service
that was a fan service, and them killing all of those characters is like, "Here, we gave it to you, now it's gone. Now we can
first
do what
first we
n
giveth then we taketh
now"
away.
yes, and now we can do what we want.
Well, I mean, it begs the question.
To be
Some
honest, I don't think that, what's his name?
Krasinski,
Krasinski. Honestly, he's got the look, but, like, he just doesn't talk like a Reed Richards.
I guess. I mean,
Like, to me, they're
do you think
to
he's
me,
better than the prior two?
no, I to the guy who played the first one, I think he was probably the best one.
Yeah. I don't think Miles Teller was good for the role. I never watched Fantastic.
I did, and he wasn't good.
Was it a terrible movie?
Yeah, for the time it came out, it was pretty bad.
Okay. Good to know. I'll
But
never watch
yeah, but like Krasinski, I don't know. Like he does somewhat look the role, but I don't see him as a smart, like a super smart person.
it. Oh, I mean, he
Smart. I
wasn't he
don't.
Jack
I
Reacher?
don't- no, no, he wasn't.
No, well, maybe it was Jack Ryan.
Is it Jack Ryan?
Maybe it was Jack
I don't.
Ryan then. He was
Whatever
one of
his.
those.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with
Well, no,
being the
he was.
smartest man on the planet.
I know it's diversity though. He's obviously got the acting chops to do multiple different styles.
Yeah,
I
but
think maybe he was. Maybe he just needs a better opportunity with a role that's less than, or more than 10 minutes.
I guess, but I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of. I mean, he was barely in the movie, so you know what I mean. I can't really say much. But again, just the just the way he was talking,
Yeah,
not really a fan. But again, I really do think that they introduced like the guy playing, Black Bolt,
he was the
right?
one from
From
Inhumans, the
the
show.
yes, he's from the TV show, right?
Handsome Mount, yes.
Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Like he has experience playing the character, but again, they just kill him off. Like they killed him off, and like I think that is just like a like Marvel being like, here you go, and now we're killing them, so now we can hire whoever the hell we want, and you guys can't say shit. We gave you what you want.
Well, I mean, there's two sides to that coin, though. You have to think about it in this vein. With Loki, the show, you saw that there was both variants that looked like Tom Hiddleston and variants that didn't. So, in theory, they could go either direction. Because you also have the Peter Parker theory now, where you've got three different Peter Parkers that were all Spider-Man, all Peter Parker, but they all look different. So
Yeah.
it's ultimately Marvel's say, but
Mhm.
it's an open door. I think at this point, no one could ever really say who's going to be cast for anything because they could just as easily say, "Oh, that's Earth 613 or Earth
Yeah. But
792."
my biggest issue with them naming 616 is like they really fucked up. Like 616 is the designated comic book universe, right?
Yeah,
So if they named it 615, right? The MCU universe. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Then they could have like, released a comic book with the movie versions of the characters that, cross over, go to another dimension. They go to the 616 universe and now they're in the comic book world. Like you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like they really really fucked that up. Like
And there's a lot of things that are active in 616 that even I, not even reading comics, know about, like the giant celestial that watches over. What is it? There's like
yeah,
a
but that's what I mean. Like the 616 universe is been around since forever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
So
like so for them to designate the movie Earth 616 as well, they really just disconnected it completely from, what I mean? That's what I find. I'm not a fan
yeah,
of them doing that.
yeah. And I mean, there's the other thing is up until this point, wasn't the movie universe considered universe 1999 or something like that? Or
I think I've heard
199,000?
I've heard something like that somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think it was one of the twins that told us that a while back.
Probably.
So I mean, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's confusing for sure because multiverse is whatever it's gonna be, but they should definitely distinguish a difference, especially considering the whole multiverse scene where they were going through the different universes, and one of them was a fucking cartoon.
Was it?
Yeah, there was a cartoon universe, and then a universe where they were just paint.
That was hilarious. I love America's response to that too. She was like, "Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
don't want to
throw
get
up.
stuck. You don't want to get stuck there.
Oh yeah,
It's very hard to eat." And I was
yeah,
just like, "Oh, well, okay."
yeah.
Right?
I can imagine being liquid must be very difficult to consume anything.
You just add more liquid and you
Yeah,
gain mass. I
yeah, I
mean,
guess.
seems easier to eat.
Well, maybe if food's not liquid, that might be difficult then.
And I also did love the fact that she was like, "Can't go wrong with pizza. Pizza's pretty much the same in every universe." And I'm like, "That sounds amazing. Now I want to jump
That's
universes and just eat pizza."
probably multiversal pizza.
Yes. Go on a multiversal pizza tour.
That sounds like a tour that anyone would pay for.
Bro, I want some fucking pizza balls. That shit look cool as hell.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it
Jealous.
did.
Jealous.
Sam Raimi hooking it up. Um. All right. Well, so what would you say? Give it a rating. 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 6 out of
Um,
10.
I'd
However you
probably
want
give
to
it
put it.
a I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5, right? Cuz like again, it was okay. The CGI was a little iffy sometimes, but overall, lots and lots of plot holes. Like why was the Doctor Strange corpse that was not that fucking decomposed, literally a couple hours later gets resurrected and is completely decomposed, missing part of his, like, what the fuck? That's stupid. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have to get, like, I want to give it a 2.5, but I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
What about you?
I wonder if that question serves longer than maybe there was more time to that we didn't see, but who knows? I'll I'll so my see I don't have as many problems with the movie as a lot of people did. I thought that there was a series of three MacGuffins, which is aggressive for any movie in my mind. You know what I
Uh,
mean? Like
but what do you mean by MacGuffins?
the things that
Yeah,
like
I've heard you say that a couple times, and I'm just like, I don't know what that means. So
I'll pull up the actual definition because I don't. It's defined as like the goal. I think almost.
okay, but I also have to point out that this was not a Doctor Strange movie.
It didn't seem like it. It felt more like a Wanda Maximoff movie.
It was definitely a Wanda movie with the side character of America, and Stephen Strange was like tagging along. Like, yes, he had his little arc, but like this was a fucking Wanda movie, man. It should have been called Scarlet Witch and the Multiverse of Madness.
Or Wanda America instead of WandaVision.
No, no.
MacGuffin, an object or device in a movie or a book that serves merely as a trigger for the plot.
Okay, so what were your three MacGuffins?
Well, maybe it was only two, but I think three would be fair if you count the Darkhold. Because you've got the Darkhold, you've got the Vishanti book, and then you've got America herself.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, but Shanti really didn't do anything.
no, but it was something they were trying to get to advance the plot, and then when they got there, gone.
I guess.
So yeah, I mean, there was some cool scenes, and there was a bunch of I enjoy the cinematography a lot. I thought a lot of the special effects were cool. I did see a lot of the special effects weren't as well developed as a lot of the other ones, but I didn't hate it, and it didn't take me out. A couple of things that it threw me for a loop was like the questionable. It seemed almost unnecessary addition of evil Doctor Strange after the rest of the movie. Um, but other than that, I really don't have too many things to complain about. There's a couple of points you made that are fair. So I'm gonna teeter between 3, 5, and 4. So I'm gonna call it a 3.75 out of 5.
No, you can't do that shit. It's 3.5.
Then I'm rounding up, so it's a 4. 4 out of 5.
Okay. I mean, it's
But I'm also a Marvel stan.
yeah, and I don't know why.
I like what I like. You like what you like. Marvel fans don't discriminate. We don't hate. It's all love.
Oh, that's a load of trash.
Okay, well,
Marvel.
I don't hate. I don't discriminate. It's all love because I like DC too. I just like Marvel more.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that.
Respect it. That's all I'm asking is respect. Anyways,
Yeah, it's hard. It's
um,
hard to respect the
oh,
lower tier
stop
of
it.
comic books,
That
but yeah,
that's that's
okay.
that's the thinking of a patriarch or even a monarch.
Hey, okay, but at least DC, as bad as some of their movies were, at least they didn't kill the villain of every single movie they've ever fucking put out. They kill all the fucking villains. Like
Almost, yeah, almost.
they really cannot reuse any of the villains because they fucking kill them all off. Except for what,
Loki
like Ghost?
and Loki.
But Loki's a variant, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah,
They did kill him,
but he was the longest lasting.
I guess, but like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Marvel does have a fucking plethora of villains still, though, and multiversal variants will now exist, and blah blah blah. You know, I'm
Just
curious to
lot
see
more
what this.
convolution. That's what's gonna happen.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Um, but I digress. Um, so I think we should talk about the biggest surprises because that deserves talking about.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
what would you say was the biggest surprise for you?
the biggest surprise for me is that I could have sworn that everybody said that the octopus demon was supposed to be Shuma Garath, and Doctor Strange killed him with a light pole.
Um, that was actually so I don't know what the differences are specifically, but I read,
Shuma Garath is strong as fuck,
yeah, I've heard that too.
and
Um,
you will find out when I beat your ass with him in
oh, Marvel vs.
Marvel vs.
Capcom.
Capcom.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm rusty as fuck on that game. Um,
I'm never rusty. I'm always ready to fight.
so yeah, I read like probably 4 or 5 months ago now that they couldn't use the name Shumagarath.
Yes, but
So
that's what I mean, right? But it was again, it still was supposed to be him, right? So for Doctor Strange to literally throw a fucking light pole and poke its eye out, that's fucking dumb.
it was also a creation of Wanda, I think, or something to that effect, right? Because she
No, it
was
was Wanda could like summon these demons to go
oh, so
after
she summoned him.
America.
Okay.
So she summoned him. So she summoned,
Hmm.
and so they're literally just calling it an octopus demon. So
Huh. Well, the name Gargantos was the one that I saw online, and I don't think that's didn't look like the Gargantos that I saw.
well, Gargantos is like an octopus.
Yeah, it's like a Namor thing, right?
Yeah, he's like a giant. Like yeah, he's a yeah.
Yeah. So that was your biggest surprise? Was how
Yeah,
simple they toppled the Gargantos?
so they're saying Gargantos, based on Shuma Garath from the Marvel comics,
Yeah, and they only
was
call
an
it Gargantos because
interdimensional being sent by Wanda to pursue America with the aim of stealing her powers of multiverse to travel the multiverse.
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, like the actual Gargantos is a giant octopus.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
mhm.
I think my biggest surprise was actually Anson Mount being in the movie.
Was that Black Bolt?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Of all the people,
I really did not see that coming. I
I,
was
I
a li-
like.
I was also a little surprised about Maria, right? I thought it was just gonna be what's her face because in the commercial you see hair, you see like flowing hair.
I think that was actually like a misdirect from
No,
Marvel, and
I
I think it was supposed
definitely
to
it
be.
definitely was right.
I think it was
So
supposed to just be energy, though.
I think that's what it is. I'm gonna have to go and look at the trailer again,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I
but
dug it. I thought it was cool.
yeah, no, I didn't have any problem with that. It's just that I was just saying, like, that was a surprise. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting her or Black Bolt, to be honest. Like Peggy, it was obvious. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But it's just so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was. I think that was my biggest shock factor. Was I mean, I kind of like I had these high hopes and expectations for Krasinski, but I was like, man, Ansem
Well,
Mount was the pinnacle of the show that got swept under the rug.
only because he didn't have a non-speaking role. I'm sure if he spoke, he would have been just as trash as the rest of the cast.
Yeah,
But
but the
did your
outfit.
did your yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Did your theater kind of scream out when Krasinski teleported in?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
everybody jumped up.
There there
Everybody
wa-
was excited.
there was a couple people in the theater I was at, but I was just like, "Oh yeah, there he is." I really just didn't care. I like I don't care for Reed Richards. He can stretch. Big deal.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're gonna. I hope they do a good job with his powers. I do hope they do a good job with his powers. They we didn't really get much of it except for when he was being stretched out.
Essentially. Well,
Yeah.
when he like came in, he came in like with the stretchiness
Yeah,
part.
he like dropped down and it was kind of stretchy, but it they didn't have enough time or I think money to devote the funds to making him look the part more, so to
They had
speak.
all the fucking money. Get out
Well,
of
yeah.
here.
Well, but they didn't need to invest in Reed Richards for 10 minutes.
No, and that brings me back to it was literally just for fan service. And when they make a Fantastic Four movie, he is not gonna be Reed Richards.
We'll see. We'll see. I would be surprised if we don't see an announcement for a casting in some kind of nature within the next few months.
We'll see. I
Um,
mean, I'm pretty sure a lot he got a lot of positive reviews, which might like stroke his ego, so he might go and take the role. But I mean, to me, I just feel like they're not like because think about it, like Maria's already dead. Charles is like, you know what I mean? Like he's up, like he's like the actor is like he's getting old,
yeah,
right?
well, they're definitely not using older Charles Xavier played by Patrick Stewart.
Right. Peggy Carter, she is also not going to be around to do anything else, right?
No, I don't suspect so either.
And then the guy playing Black Bolt, like he's a TV actor. They brought him in for this fucking like 10-minute scene. Boom, done. Like not see
Yeah.
him again. So, you know what I mean? So that brings me back to my whole thing. This was fan service and they're like, "Here you go." And then we kill them in front of you guys and then you'll never see them again.
Which is a perfect segue to favorite moment and scene because, and I'll take the lead on this one, that whole fucking Illuminati scene was my favorite whole fucking moment in the movie. Like,
I have to say yeah, Black Bolt's death,
was
top
nuts.
top like I would say definitely top 5 deaths of the year in the movies.
That
Like
was insane.
that was the best kill of the whole movie.
The- Black Bolt here, if he opens his mouth, he could kill you. What mouth? What? Dude,
And you just see
I
the back and you just see the back of his skull fucking blow out. Like, oh my god,
yeah.
that was awesome.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna be something shitty, like, oh, he lost his mouth and now he can't do anything. But I was like,
yeah.
Black Bolt's still physically strong. So like
So he tried to open his mouth and talk and fucking blew his own brains out.
no, he talked already, like when he lost his mouth.
No, no, he tried to talk after he closed his mouth. It was like a second. He was touching his face, and then he kind of went, and you saw it. You saw his
Oh, and
his
that's when it
fork light up,
reverberated back.
and it
Okay.
yeah, because his fork
Mhm.
lit up. which
Okay.
was a cool little effect, by the way.
It was pretty sweet. And then,
Um,
um, but
and
like,
to go backwards really quick, I gotta say, dropping the animated series of X-Men's theme song when Patrick Stewart showed up on screen was the shit.
that was cool, and because he came out in the yellow chair,
With the
right?
green
We've
with the
never
green
seen
suit.
that.
With the green suit.
It was pretty cool. But again, I don't know, man. Like to be honest, like other than that, the whole like theory that I have of them killing these characters for that specific purpose, the way that the way that they killed everybody, minus Black Bolt and Reed Richards, garbage.
Really? You didn't like the way they killed Charles?
Bro, that was fucking stupid. Oh, hey, let's go spend, like $2 million, film this fucking bullshit ass scene where he's pulling Wanda out of rubble just for some fucking red smoke to come up behind him. Oh, break his neck. Like, fuck off, man. She should have just killed him out in the fucking real world. Save them $2 million. That was fucking dumb.
I thought it was cool. I thought it
That's
was cool.
stupid.
I thought Reed was really cool. I thought it was perfect play on his power. Um, I thought it was really fucking just excellent the way they legitimately just chopped Haley Atwell in half with the
I don't.
shield.
It didn't seem like they actually chopped her in half because like the body never like split apart. She just kind of fell over. So I
They,
think it
I,
just like
I
ripped
suspect
through
they
like
couldn't.
part of her gut.
I suspect they couldn't go through
Oh,
with
but they
that
could
whole thing
but
on
they could
scene.
show fucking Wanda snapping Charles's neck.
No
Yeah,
blood.
they could show a body fucking split in two. You don't have to fucking show the actual like they could have just had two sounds hit the ground.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there
true.
is
That's
ways
true.
that you could have done it without showing the blood like a bloody body. You
Yeah,
know what
that's
I
that's
mean?
fair. That's fair.
Plus, the whole shield, like if the whole shield went through her stomach and cut her in half, the whole shield would have been covered in blood, but only part of the shield was covered in blood.
Oh, it was only partial. Oh, then yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And then
Well,
the way they killed fucking Maria. Oh, let me just drop
dropping a
a fucking
monument on her.
statue on her. Oh,
That would
fucking
not kill a Marvel. I don't care.
exactly. Like I said, stupid.
That one, yeah, that one I didn't agree with.
Stupid. And I
That one
love
I didn't agree with.
I really did love how she popped fucking Reed Richards' head. That was awesome.
Yeah, I missed that. I don't know how I missed that, but I missed that.
Yeah, he was like turned into ribbons, and then when she got to his head, like I was like, "Oh, that's lame." And then you just see his head just pop, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that was cool. That was cool."
Yeah. Oh, like a balloon. Okay, maybe I did see it. Maybe I
No,
did
his
see
head
it.
like exploded. It didn't pop like a balloon. It just
Oh,
fucking exploded.
I'm gonna have to check it out again. I plan to anyways. Um, yeah. So I thought that overall, in the whole movie, that whole scene, besides the fact that it was super fan servicey, was just great. It made Wanda look fucking nuts.
Badass. I mean, she is badass. Like
Yeah.
she like I'm pretty sure she wouldn't lose to those guys regardless.
Yeah, and the fact that they were touting so much ego, we'll handle her.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't.
that was
Honestly, I wasn't a fan of Captain Britain. Don't like her.
Captain Carter. Yeah,
Yeah, or yeah, Captain Carter.
yeah.
Not.
She's not Captain Britain.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
that
like
is no, that is true. There is a character in Captain
yeah,
Britain,
and we
but
we deserve better than uh, Peggy Carter for Captain Britain. I think
yeah, I don't know. I didn't like she was just way too like ego. Like she was just an asshole. I didn't like her.
she was in her shit.
Yeah.
She was in her shit. Well,
I
before we
mean,
go
same
too long
the
on a
same
rant.
same same thing with Maria, right? Like they were all kind of like I guess they were all kind of like that, but like Reed was a
Yeah,
little more Reed and Charles were kind of a little more like Reed was being a dick, but like the way he was saying it was like kind of like not like Carter was like fuck you and Maria was like yeah, fuck you and then Reed was like yeah, fuck you, but you know
here's
what I
why.
mean? Right? And then Black Bolt's like
He didn't say shit.
I don't know if you could hear my hands clapping, but that was me doing his sign language.
Oh no, no. I did think it was cool when he was the one that wiped out the other Doctor Strange,
That was an okay scene. I dug that.
and the fact that they took Thanos was excellent. But I wish we could have seen a little bit more than just his body laying there.
Yeah. I mean, realistically though, like, why did Reed Richards look like he had no battle damage? Like, Reed, you're a whole bitch. Thanos would have tied you up into a fucking bow tie and just wore you around the battlefield,
Yeah, like a scarf.
right?
So did you get before we go over your favorite moment? Did you catch that Reed actually said that he had kids?
Yes, yes, he did.
So that was established that in that universe, young Nathaniel exists, and so does I can't remember the daughter's name right now.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? They could not have powers.
They
That's not
could,
they
but
could
then
and they couldn't. That's the thing.
but
So
isn't Nathaniel Richards a direct descendant of Kang the Conqueror?
I don't fucking know.
I feel like that's I feel like I remember that. Maybe I'm wrong. Kang the Conqueror is a supervillain appearing. Other Earth 31st century. Alter ego, Nathaniel Richards.
So Kang is Nathaniel Richards.
Kang is a descendant of the Reed Richards. So yeah.
Well, if it's an alter ego of
No,
Nathaniel,
no. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but the date is place of origin Other Earth 31st century. So I would imagine it's not the same Nathaniel Richards.
whatever, man. The fucking Richard family is fucking trash.
Don't you love when marveling at
Yes, yes.
Marvel talks about them?
Yeah. I love Joseph ripping them apart because he's not
He's such a
wrong.
villain. He's such a
He's not
bad guy.
wrong. He's not wrong.
With Hank too, Hank Pym. He's such a bad guy. Such a piece of shit beating his wife.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a pretty bad moment for him. You know what I mean? He even came back as a supervillain.
Yeah, was it Yellow Jacket?
Yeah. Well, he was a vigilante, but he was really a supervillain.
Yeah. But yeah. But what about you? What was your favorite scene?
Um, Definitely that's it. Like that same scene. Like honestly, that was probably the best part of the movie. You get the most like badass action. But I mean, if I was to pick something else, I would probably have to say the whole part where he comes and he flies in and he's got the fucking that weird like dark dimension like or the like the
Oh, the
dead.
cape made of spirits.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was probably that was pretty cool. And I mean like yeah, it was pretty cool. But it's also kind of weird that she kind of just like shooed them away and then they just disappeared,
Yeah.
right? Like you would have think they would have been like, "Oh, we're free from Strange's control. Let's go attack him." Like, see, I can find fucking plot holes in all this fucking nonsense. So,
Well, her chaos
it's very
magic, she's
hard.
probably intimidating even to those
Yeah,
spirits.
but like her powers don't work in the comics, so it's not like she could say, "Be gone, spirits," and they're gone, right? Like she has fucking weird red energy.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Who knows what the fuck that does?
Chaos magic, Wanda.
Chaos these nuts.
um, what did you think of the Doctor Strange versus Doctor Strange fight with the music?
Honestly, I don't really remember the music.
No,
Uh,
like not the music itself, but like just the way they were fighting with musical notes.
oh, actually, I did think that was kind of cool. I did enjoy that.
I'm glad because I thought it was interesting and very unique.
It was, and I like how he just did the little like ting,
The
and
the
then it
harp,
had the yeah the no, but like the one little tiny note, and it just set everything off. I was
yeah,
like that was pretty sweet.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty sweet.
All right. Um, well, okay. Did you have a favorite character or actor in the movie?
Yeah, definitely America. Like she kind of I don't know, like between her and Wanda, like the two of them, like again, like the movie was about them, right? Like
Yeah.
so but I did enjoy like Chavez, like or Chavez. I don't know why I said it Chavez. Chavez. Um yeah, like America like I don't know, she was good. She was funny. She kind of, you know what I mean, kept the presence. You know what I mean? Even next to like, Doctor Strange.
And didn't they keep her origin like legit too?
it's pretty legit. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Two moms, alternate universe.
Yeah, play a universe where only women exist, right?
Yeah. The
Which was
only
dope.
thing the only thing I'm not sure about is if, like, the world looked like that, but I mean, that's not really a big deal. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
we
mean?
could
Like,
attribute that to only women existing, and it just looks that good.
I guess. I didn't see any buildings, though. That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Maybe they're just off in a field behind their house
Yeah, I guess that could be that too. They were, like, in the forest or some shit, right?
before she got scared by a fucking bee and sent her family away forever.
Yeah. Right.
That was
Well, yeah,
so
but
ridiculous.
the only problem that I had with the movie with America was at the end of the movie when she's, like, learning how to use magic. I'm like, "You
Yeah.
fucking need magic, bro? She could punch through fucking reality. Like, what the fuck?"
The only thing she should be training is her fists.
Right? Yeah, she should be out, like, with fucking, Hawkeye or
Yelena.
Winter Soldier. No,
Yeah.
she's still a bad guy for now.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the part where she kicked like a piece of rock down and it was like a perfect star?
Yeah, well, that's how her powers work.
I don't think she realized she did that,
No, I don't think not at that point. But
but it
did
was
you see,
cool. It
like,
was,
when she escaped the fucking glass, she escaped in a star-shaped hole.
yep,
So that's
yep.
her thing. She punches stars,
Which
punches
is
and
a
kicks
really
stars.
cool thing, I think.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about Christine?
I call I referred to her as Christine Face Palmer earlier because she's just like she has these thing. I don't know. It's just something about her. Like she's got this like the way she talks just makes you want to smack yourself in the face. I don't know if it's anybody else that feels that way, but every time she was talking in the 838 universe, it just pissed me off because she was such like it almost like a narcissist, but almost like an egotistical way of talking. Like I don't know, I don't know how to put it very clearly, but she was just so full of herself in 838 that
Okay, okay.
it took me getting used to because she seemed a lot more reserved in 616. You
That's
know what I mean?
fair.
Like she didn't seem like you know what I mean? Like she didn't seem confrontational in 616, whereas in 838 she was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself, guy." I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I I at first when I first saw her and I saw the back of her head and I knew we were in the Baxter. Well, we weren't. I didn't know we were in the Baxter building, but I figured we were kind of in a universe that was the universe we were going to get the Illuminati in. I
It should have been the fucking Baxter, but I mean, the Illuminati doesn't.
well, no, they said it was the Baxter Foundation, so it was the Baxter building for sure. Unless
Okay.
they have multiple buildings. But either way, when I saw the back of her head and I saw it was like this really like red colored hair, I was like, "Oh, please be Jean Grey. Oh, please." Because that would have been far better than another Christine.
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
It just would have been that one little extra oomph into the mutant universe that we haven't really gotten access to yet that I would have liked. But that's preference.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah.
Um so my favorite character though, I um I liked Benny Balls Cumberbund as Doctor Strange again, but I don't. He, you mentioned this to me earlier, and he really wasn't the star of his own movie. Like
Right.
I'm thinking more of it, and it really was a Wanda movie. And the only thing that I didn't, I loved Wanda in this movie, except for the fact that she just had a replay of her same arc from WandaVision.
To an extent, she went a little more overboard
Oh,
with
she was further in for sure, but like ultimately she was the villain in that show. Besides Agatha a little bit, and now she just kind of has the same goal of having her family, and then she talks about offing herself but I don't think she actually died, by the way. I
I
don't know if you
mean,
think she died.
well, she can't teleport, and all that happened when the thing collapsed on her was there was a red poof,
Yeah.
but like she can't teleport.
But so
So
I posed a question earlier, and maybe you can help me with this. Didn't she destroy what would be considered the original Darkhold? Wasn't that like what the original Darkhold was written on the walls of that place? That's what Wong was telling her. That's why she had to go there because the book she had was just a copy.
the
And that was like the tomb of
well
the throne of Chthon.
the book that she had was the writings of the wall.
Yeah, which was basically a copy. So the original
But
writings were on the walls.
yes, but I don't know. I was looking at those walls. I didn't see any writing anywhere.
Oh, it was in runes.
Yeah, but I didn't see runes anywhere, unless I just
I thought
wasn't looking
you might have
like
missed it because I saw one circle of runes at one point, but
okay.
they only probably focused on one for that reason. But the point that I'm trying to make is if she was destroying it for the for the benefit of not having anyone else find the Darkhold, how did Doctor Strange develop a third eye from something that was destroyed unless it exists further?
Because he was already corrupted.
Yeah, but wouldn't it affect him if he was corrupted by something that no longer existed?
What do you
You know what I
mean?
mean? Like in well, if she was because again,
Because
her
like you know what I mean? Like it didn't she didn't destroy the magic itself. She destroyed like the way to access the magic. So if
oh
he has already accessed the magic,
yeah
then
yeah okay. I'd like to see where they go, especially with that. And speaking of that, I guess
I
that's a
don't think they're
perfect
gonna
way.
I don't think they're gonna go anywhere with that. That's literally just he's gonna have fucking three eyes now and look like a fucking weirdo, and they have to spend more money to CGI an eyeball in the middle of his forehead.
Well, before we get to that, because that's a credit scene, I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm gonna let you rant because I'd love to let you just release the Kraken, so to speak, on your opinions.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely there definitely was a couple things, right? Like all the open plot holes, it not being, really a full Doctor Strange movie.
Yep.
Um, but some of the biggest things that I had issue with was they've missed so many opportunities, right? Like this was the chance where they could have literally try to bring somebody else in as Black Panther
Mhm.
and see how he was received. You know what I mean? And to see whether to go forward with, you know what I mean, maybe recasting Chadwick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to that point, they were taking a chance with that, for them to have taken a chance with that. The only argument I would have to say is to take a chance on that within a Doctor Strange movie would kind of seem out of place, only because
Yeah, but see, because it's a multiverse, right? Like if people didn't like it, they could have been like, okay, that's just like we don't have to use that guy ever again.
I
You know what I
suppose,
mean?
yeah. I see what you're
Right.
saying.
But, and also too, like I was saying before, my whole theory of the reason why they brought all these, like, brought all these random characters back and just killed them instantly was because
Fan
it's
service.
basically just fan service. Yeah, it'd be like, here you go, pop, 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 dead, dead, dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? So again, that could have easily played off into, you know what I mean, into that, right? Just bring this guy in at that they want to have as the new Black Panther, and then if he's not received well, okay, he's for one he'd be dead, and he's in a different multiverse, right? So
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
and another thing, this is a missed opportunity. They could have brought Namor in. They could have introduced Namor.
And you know he's been cast in the second Black Panther movie, right?
Exactly my point. If they have the casting already, they should have just put him here. He's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah. Although I think conversely, the only reason they wouldn't put him in this would be because he's supposed to be the villain in that movie, and they don't want to show him off as a hero first. Which I can understand that. I can see that.
See, I hate all this bullshit fan service for these non-actual Marvel fans. So they can quote unquote understand what's going on.
Well, they didn't want to heavy it up with too much fan service. Otherwise, it would have just been like,
But I mean, like, do proper fan service. Like, give the fans fucking Namor.
well, they did get the Krasinski fan service in there, and that was a big one, I think.
Well, you like I said earlier, wasn't the biggest fan of that. You know what I
Well, yeah,
mean?
maybe not you, but I'm sure you've at least seen a handful of people on the internet in passing, even saying Krasinski would be great.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that fan casting for a very long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. So,
see, the thing is, seeing him in the role is what kind of meh, right? I don't know.
suppose I think they
That's
need to
me.
give him more. 10 minutes isn't enough to get a good grasp on if he's good or not.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so the other thing too is how you have to be versed in essentially everything of Marvel that came out in the past, like all the TV shows, essentially,
Yeah.
right? Well, not all the TV shows, but like you know what I mean, like WandaVision, The
Yep. For sure.
Darkhold,
For sure. Yeah.
and the kids,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
What if?
what if for Peggy,
Yeah.
right? Um,
X-Men the animated series for Charles.
exactly, X-Men the animated series. I actually didn't even have that one down. You even have had to have watched the Inhuman TV show to know who the hell Black Bolt was.
Unless you're a comic books fan or someone who's versed like me.
No, but even to know that that's a callback to
Oh, to the
even to,
show,
like,
yeah.
to the show, right? That they brought him from the TV show. You had to have watched the Loki show to know about the breaking of the multiverse
Hmm.
or the beginning of the multiverse,
Hmm.
right? And same thing with Spider-Man, if you didn't see Spider-Man, right? And then you also had to watch that shit ass Captain Marvel movie to know who Maria Rambeau is,
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think it
right?
was shit, but it's definitely not the best of their movies.
Oh, that sucks. The only movies underneath that are the first 2 Thor movies
In
and
the
Iron Man
Eternals.
3
In the
and
Eternals.
Eternals. And Eternals, because I haven't even finished that. It's so bad.
The second hour and change isn't as bad as the first.
I guess. I guess. Um, and lastly, the last thing I have on my rant is what the fuck does the Eye of Agamotto do now without the Time Stone? Like, you see him, he activated that shit, and then it just got, like, shut down instantly. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck does it do now? What does it
Great
do without the
question.
Time Stone?
That's a great question. Maybe he's got some other like thing in there. But then again, I don't know enough about the actual Eye of Agamotto in comics to know if there's like a different situation besides the Time Stone.
No, definitely in the comics, it has nothing to do with the Time Stone, but I am also not versed in Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
right?
I wonder if
Um,
the Eye of Agamotto was like a protection on top of everything else, like for the Time Stone.
I don't know. I can easily go and Google what the Eye of
Google it.
Agamotto is.
Give it a
Let's
goog.
Google it. So, the eye is a weapon of wisdom that can radiate powerful magical light that allows Strange to see through all disguises and illusions, see past events, and track both ethereal and corporeal beings by their psychic or magical emissions.
So
The light
zero in at all relation to the Time Stone.
Exactly. The light given off by the eye also weakens a variety of evil mystical beings such as demons, devils, undead beings, dark extra-dimensional entities, and even sufficiently corrupt human practitioners of dark arts.
Yeah.
Strange can use it to probe minds of others, project powerful mystical shields, and create portals to other dimensions.
Which he clearly doesn't have the power to do so yet.
Do you want me to keep going? Because
No,
it
I think that we're good.
okay.
All I heard is you did nothing. He did nothing from the movie that, or he did nothing from comics with that thing that he did in the movie.
basically, right? So, I don't know, like, and especially since it did lose the time stone, I don't know what it does.
It's
It
an
just, like
empty
it, like
shell.
oh, it, like, opened up to, like, expose the time stone, but there was no time stone, so it literally does nothing.
Weird. Really weird.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like, "Oh, shit,
Yeah.
I forgot I don't have this anymore."
Again, I don't understand if there was only one, um what the hell is the name of the good book?
Vishanti.
The Vishanti? Like,
Yes.
why was there only one of those, but then multiple, um, you know what I mean? Darkholds? Like, that doesn't quite make sense. You would think there's one for every universe,
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
right? Um, Another issue, again, was again with the corpse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless, if it was like 5 days, I don't think a body decomposes that quickly. You know
That's
what I
fair,
mean?
that's fair.
It's just that just didn't make sense, and, like, they have a whole fucking zombie universe. They couldn't have pulled a fucking zombie from another dimension? Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, what I haven't said already other than, like, I don't understand, yeah, how destroying that one building. So you're telling me that all the other Darkholds came from the 616 universe and then went out into, you know what I mean? Out into the multiverse? That
That's a
doesn't
great
make
question that doesn't
that
make
does
any sense.
it doesn't make any sense, right? And you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but
Like,
they
there
they
has
were
to
also
be a
pretty
more.
unclear as if that was the case too.
Yeah, but I mean, and again, why did she stay, like, she you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why she just dropped the building. She could have destroyed it from the outside. Her and Strange could have easily destroyed it, you
I think
know?
she felt so much guilt that she didn't wanna live anymore. But
Yeah,
I
but
also don't think she's not I don't think she's dead.
I don't know.
I don't think she's dead. I think she's got more movies in her contract.
I feel like she does, which is why I think it's really stupid that they even did that to begin with,
No.
you know?
Misdirection.
So,
It
yeah,
was
I
a
think
terrible
that's
misdirection.
yeah, I think that's all I got for rants. I think I got everything else off that I really didn't care for.
Alright. Well,
I missed the first, like, the dream sequence. When I got into the theater, it was
it was already going.
he was talking to that weirdo at the
Oh, the church
yeah,
for the
well,
wedding.
at the wedding or reception, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
The
that's what
the
came.
the
So I
way
missed
that
the whole
that
dream sequence at the beginning.
Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, I think I understand. Okay. So the dream sequence, the thing that killed Doctor Strange was like that. I don't know if you remember in the trailer, there was this big, like, orange looking, like, monster creature.
No.
But it had, it was chasing Doctor Strange and America Chavez through the dimension where the Vishanti book was. And it was like, it was they were he was using magic to try to stop it from getting to the book, and the book was like he was right there. And then Strange turns around and looks at America, and it was like, in the grand calculus of the multiverse, you're a sacrifice. Like, he was ready to take her power because it made more sense for him to have it, and he was going to sacrifice her life. And then the big orange monster thing stabbed through him,
Mhm.
and it killed him. Um,
That's why she was kind of having trouble to trust Strange in the
yes,
first place.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So, but then it threw the body of Doctor Strange over and away, and as she was teleporting away, she grabbed him. But you could see on his body already it was like getting this, like, decomposition kind of effect to it. So there was like black lines, like the veins in his neck. It was climbing up his neck already. So I think that maybe the monster that killed him sped the decomposition process in the process of killing him, like it cursed his body or something.
I just think they just overlooked that completely and they're like, "Let's do a zombie."
Maybe. I thought the zombie look was really cool though.
It was interesting, like him missing that chunk of his mouth. I did say
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
It definitely had like Deadites vibes
But
from
he
the
did
from the Raimi movies, the Evil Dead movies.
but he did have that ponytail, so
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
I mean
Stranger the ponytail's kind of
you
weird.
you rock that ponytail.
I'm not strange.
You are strange.
Yeah, I'm not Doctor Strange. I'm not a doctor, Mister Strange, Mister Doctor, Doctor Mister, Mister Strange. So lastly, there's that credits scene. I don't know. Right at the end of the movie, that whole reaction with Doctor Strange when he got the third eye, and we know that was a result of him using the Darkhold.
Mm.
Fine, but how much time passed between the end of that movie and that credit scene where all of a sudden he's just like, all right, I'm in control of this third eye now, let's go.
I mean, he technically is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, but do you think that would give him instant control over a dark part of himself that wouldn't, like, he'd be able to just
Well, for
comfortably
one,
use it?
we don't know what the eye does,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's
It
true.
could literally just be a random like mutation that happened. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's fair.
yeah, right? He uses the book and oh, now all of a sudden he has three fucking eyes.
Yeah. And that then there's also the other aspect and probably the bigger aspect of that scene, which is,
Triclops.
well, yeah, yeah. But we got Clea or Clea.
Clea. You know who
Um,
Clea is?
I know that she is the niece of Dormammu and the wife of Doctor Strange in comics. Um, and she apparently can rip holes in dimensions too.
Well, I don't really know if that's one of her actual powers.
Well,
Uh
she can rip holes into the dark
no,
dimension.
no, well, in the MCU, uh but I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange can also like use spells to travel different dimensions. So I don't know why he really needed America.
Well, he apparently
Um,
couldn't do that in this movie. Maybe he hadn't learned that spell yet.
I guess, but yeah, Clea is also, she's Doctor Strange. She's Sorcerer Supreme right now.
Yeah, she ends up being not Doctor Strange, but yeah. Oh, well, yeah, technically Doctor Strange, right? Because she was married to Doctor Strange, and that makes her
Yeah,
Doctor Strange.
her name is Doctor Clea Strange.
Yeah, yeah. So she is the spiritual and actual successor to Doctor Strange, Doctor Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the chances are that we'll see Doctor Strange 3 and there will be at least one part where it goes Christine who? Because he's gonna forget Christine Palmer ever existed.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely a better match than, you know what I mean, like a civilian muggle,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
Muggle. Good use of the word.
Mm.
And Charlize Theron looked great.
Oh, she always looks good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, there was there was one other credit scene that tied into earlier in the movie. We got our Bruce Campbell cameo. Doctor Strange casts a spell on him where he starts punching himself in the fucking face. And America's like, "That's not permanent, is it?" And he goes, "God, no. It only lasts about 3 weeks." And the end of the movie, the last all the way through the credits. So if you go see this movie and you still want to watch the whole thing again, don't stay to the end. The end is Bruce Campbell stops punching himself. He says, "Oh, thank God, it's finished." And then he looks in the camera and says,
It
"It's
says,
over."
yeah, yeah, and then the lights
And
really
that's it.
turn on. Yeah,
It was Captain America in Homecoming all over again. Although I think this was far funnier than that.
for sure. Bruce Campbell's hilarious. But I wish they actually like see, you know, like the Marvel Zombies stories feature like Ash,
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. That would be
right?
amazing.
And yeah, like I'm pretty sure the zombie story has something to do with the Darkhold and the book from the Book of the Damned,
Yeah.
right? I can't remember. And so like you have like the Marvel zombies fighting like the Ash zombies, and you see like Ash get killed multiple times. He even gets killed by the zombie um Howard the Duck, and it's fucking amazing. Like Howard the Duck has like razor teeth. He looks like one of those like animatronic dummies, you know what I mean? Like you see those video games, like
Yeah.
yeah, and they have all the sharp teeth. Like that's exactly what it looked like. Just opened up and just like bit him in half. That's a good book.
Zach, this has been fun. I think that we have done a fair job of spoiling the movie for anybody who has decided to listen in on this here podcast today. And yeah,
Yeah, but so yeah, I give the movie 2.5 stars. To your
you gave
four,
it a
to
3
your
earlier.
to your 4 stars, which makes the general come down to about 3.2 stars. That's with my quick brain math.
Let's see, 6.5 out of 10. Divide that by 2. Yeah, 3.25, man.
Boom! Brain math, son. With that being said, it's been real, John.
Been real, Zach.
Deuces.
Brain math versus dick math.
I
Use
don't know
that
what
for your blooper.
I don't know what dick math is.
I don't know. I don't know what anything besides brain math would be.
Brain math is very straightforward. Math in your brain, not on your hands, not on the computer, not on a calculator.